welcome into the Delco Duo, episode 41.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Monica Cry and Jenna Meisner, of course, two Delconians who give their advice on love, life, and relationships.
And we're giving mediocre advice, but it's free, so get over it.
It's therapy, but for free. And of course, whatever problems you submit every week, you remain completely anonymous. We are not here to blow up your spot, but we will give you our best advice for your issue.
Exactly. So, but before we get to that, let's talk.
Debrief. It's time to debrief. How you feeling this week? It feels like it's going pretty quick.
Yeah, well, I had a little bit of a sickness in the middle.
In the family.
In the fam.
Yep.
JoJo got sick. So I was off Wednesday, which I would highly recommend a nice Wednesday off.
Yeah.
If you can take
Break up your week. two in the front, two in the back.
Seriously. And you were, I forget, you said something today and you're like, oh, well, you know, this has been a short week. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's only Monday. Like, I really did feel like today was Monday because anyway, so we were dealing with that. And then I got my
your mom jeans. You're very insecure about your jeans.
But have you heard this term chuggy?
Yes.
Okay, I'm wearing chuggy jeans.
That's been a term for a little bit of a while now.
Yes.
So if people, they don't know what that means, explain to them what that means.
Oh gosh, it's
We can't, the table's in the way. Those are like skinny jeans.
These are skinny.
Gen Z is cringing right now at these jeans.
I'm so embarrassed. And even this top is kind of like old lady. But again,
so you hate what you're wearing right now?
I'm wearing. But it's because, you know, my kids were sick. So I literally last minute like packed up something. And I hate that straight leg or skinny jeans are out. They're so comfy. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All this high-waisted stuff is just
so happy you didn't just fall backwards off your chair because you are asking for trouble.
Wow, I'm really flexible.
Yeah.
But all this high-waisted stuff is so uncomfortable when you're sitting.
Yeah, it is.
It just like I unbutton.
It goes into your rib cage and you just feel like you can't breathe.
It's a good way to diet though, because I eat nothing when I have those jeans on.
Because you can't. The second you do, they are so uncomfortable.
You're afraid
I do like the high-waisted though.
It's a cute
Keeps
look.
it all in. It's a
cute look for really skinny girls. For myself, it's just, it doesn't fit. It's never comfortable. Like I don't feel comfortable. And so that's why I'm like, I need to feel comfy today. I'm going with my chuggy jeans. And that is a term.
I don't even think they're chuggy.
This is chuggy.
All right, read the term. Are you going to get it off of Urban Dictionary? Because that one I feel like is the most cool.
Where do you think I'm getting this off?
Or Wikipedia.
Wiki.
Your trusted source.
Coined in 2013.
Wow, it's been around for a while.
Pejorative description.
Just read the definition, please.
That was such a big word. Pejorative description associated with the early 2010s and millennials. The aesthetic is described as the opposite of trendy or trying too hard.
Trying too hard. Okay. Yep. I don't think you're trying too hard.
They have Uggs as like their image.
Don't come after my Uggs.
It's the
I love
leggings
Uggs.
and Uggs.
Yeah. Well, then I'm chuggy and I don't care. I'm chuggy and proud.
And I don't care either. I'm chuggy and I'm proud. And I love these jeans and I will wear them.
So earlier this week, before we get into your issues, we wanted to talk about hall passes. We learned that some of our coworkers actually did not know what a hall pass was, which there was a movie. I feel like that was the first time that was called Hall Pass. So that is when you are in a relationship, but you have a hall pass to cheat on your significant other with one person. I don't even know if it's considered cheating because your significant other is giving you this hall pass to be with this person just one time.
And that's why a hall pass has to be discussed ahead of time. Who that person is has to be discussed because then it's not fair to be like, oh, by the way, I
had relations
with my neighbor, and obviously it's a hall pass. Like if you haven't discussed that, then it doesn't count. You need to discuss who this person or people's, because me and my husband have a list of people.
All right, so give your top. But 2 or 3 if you have a list. I don't know how many people are on that list.
The list is changing, and I'm constantly.
It has to change.
Yes, my list 10 years ago is much different. I do have to say it's a little similar, but I think the reason this had come up is because a video went viral where a girl was asked, who's her hall pass, and she said her ex-boyfriend.
No,
that cannot be.
Nope.
A
It
hall
has
pass
to be someone that is unattainable.
and
that you will never in a million years be able to be with. Like A-lister celebrity, A-lister athlete.
it can't even be D-list. That's unfair. What this is
We can't be your hall lists. Hall passes, I mean. We can't be your hall pass because we are like F-list celebrities.
Not even, and I don't think anybody would ever want us to be, and that would be a hot mess express that night. But it's something so unattainable that like you are, your husband is excited for you.
Yeah.
My husband would be
like
excited.
if the opportunity arose, then
Yes.
you have to take it.
Okay, so Drake
Is your number one.
has always been
Okay.
hall
I'm
pass.
surprised by that.
At one
I feel like Drake would be a good lover.
Yeah. Oh my God, we would have so much fun, and
Yeah.
it's not just the relations. It's the whole night of just we're gonna have fun. Me and Drake, we're gonna talk. We're gonna dine. I want food involved in this hall pass. Take me to dinner.
Typically, a hall pass does not include a date beforehand, but in Monica's world,
But
it might.
in my world,
Okay.
I need some mozzarella sticks. And Ryan Gosling.
Yes. I think he's on a lot of people's lists.
But I want him to act the way he acts in movies. I don't all of a sudden want to get to dinner with him and he's
So you want him to be like Noah from The Notebook?
Noah or with Emma Stone when he lifts her up.
Oh.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
he's in Crazy Stupid Love. Like that, Ryan Gosling. Okay. I really did like Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt? I'm Chris
Pratt.
Hemsworth.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth. So I feel like
That's a
it's very
goodie.
appropriate. The new Jurassic World or whatever is
Yes.
coming out soon. And he's been in so many commercials right now, and he's just a fine man.
He really is. Is it bad? I need to tell Eugene like right now so that if it ever comes up. But he's married and super happily married. Miles Teller is having a moment.
Okay.
And I am loving
Was he the Elvis?
No.
Oh, no. Who's he?
No, that's
Austin something. Who's Miles
Austin
Teller?
Butler.
Why can't I picture Miles Teller?
Because he's very new on the scene. He was in this movie with Tom Cruise,
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
I didn't see it.
You
Did
should-
you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I saw a video of him in Top
You
Gun.
and the skinny jeans can't be telling me what's new on the scene.
No, I know.
Let me see a photo of this
I
man.
will. Okay, you could tell
Okay,
me
so I said Chris Hemsworth, and then obviously Robert Pattinson, but he has to be Edward Cullen. He can't be any other version of Robert Pattinson. He has always been my super crush for the last 10
I think
plus
that's
years.
the thing is like Drake's always been my
They have to be their characters. They can't be their real people.
this guy.
Okay.
Look,
He's got a nice six pack. You guys can't see that at home, but Google Miles Teller. He's a fine man.
anyway, so
All right.
what's so funny is when I ask Eugene,
We have to get to these people's
I know
issues.
but when I ask Eugene what his hall pass, because you have to establish, it's Alexandria Daddario. She's got like crazy blue eyes.
What is she from?
She was in some lifeguard movie with
See,
Zac Efron.
She
and
seems
The Rock.
attainable because I don't know who
No,
she is.
Eugene cannot attain Alexandra Daddario. Wait
She
until
might
you
be
see
watching
her.
right now. So
And then
she's gonna know.
surprisingly enough, who's that guy? Derek Jeter.
Eugene would like Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well,
Respect.
respect.
Respect that.
Respect. All right. Now that we debriefed, we have your issues. As always, Monica, let's kick it off with Sienna from Swarthmore. What's going on with Sienna?
Ugh. Is it appropriate for my ex to ask my sister to catch up?
Ex asking the sister to catch up.
To catch up. Which I literally at one point thought he would like turn around and be like, hey, come on, catch up. That's what I thought.
No.
Until
It means like, hey, how you doing? Let's get lunch. Let's
Yeah.
have a drink.
absolutely not. Is that okay?
I think it's inappropriate as well. But I feel like this is a often used tactic to stay in an ex's life. So if a relationship ended and you are not happy about it, you haven't moved on, and you still are invested in this man or this woman, a great way to stay in their life is to still be friends with their family. And I think it happens all the time.
No, I think he's trying to get back at her and trying to see if he can maybe wheel in the
oh,
sister.
I took it as it's an ex-girlfriend wanting to catch up with the sister. So it's two girls, the sister and the ex-girlfriend. She wants
I
to
read
catch
this
up.
Totally wrong. I was
You
thinking,
thought they wanted to date?
I was thinking Sienna's sister was being approached by her ex-boyfriend
No,
to catch up and to, oh, let me make you jealous. I'm going to get with your sister.
No,
That is inappropriate.
I think both versions of what we're thinking is inappropriate. The reason I'm thinking this, so I had an ex-boyfriend who had an ex-girlfriend who would go to breakfast with my ex-boyfriend's brother all the time.
Okay.
And they would hang out and they would talk about their families and catch up. And I'm like, this is just a way for this ex-girlfriend to still be relevant within the family and within the conversation.
You know who does that? Scott Disick.
Yes.
Yeah. Him and Chloe are too close.
He's special. That's a special. He has no family.
He doesn't have any family, and it really was for the show to a certain extent.
He's a character on the show.
Right.
He needs
Chloe
to be there.
was just doing it because, the producers were like, hey, can you bring Scott Disick in? But I still thought that relationship was
too
inappropriate.
close.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were always hugging and
Well, that's a perfect example. So we are both agreeing that this is inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Just don't even go there.
I would say that. I don't think this is appropriate because of the circumstances.
I think, Sienna, you should expect more of your sister, too. This shouldn't even be your issue. It should stop with your sister. Your sister shouldn't have even come to you and said, like, oh, your ex wants to, like, hang out and catch up. Just don't even.
So you wouldn't want to know if an ex reached out to Leah and said, I want to.
No, I would want to know.
Yeah.
But
you got to tell your sister.
I'm not, don't even, go with it. Her sister should have been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe so-and-so wants to hang out again. I'm not even
Don't
thinking
entertain
about it.
the thought.
Entertain, that's the word I was looking for. Don't even entertain the thought. Her sister, it should stop with the sister.
If you have an ex that is still involved in your family, it makes moving on much difficult. It makes your new significant other feel uncomfortable.
When you want to get into another relationship.
Right, it really hinders you. And
Oh,
we're seeing that firsthand with Scott, Courtney, and Travis. That's
Right.
bringing it back to the Kardashians.
Just take them for example.
Everything goes back to the Kardashians.
It does. This is why
Everything in life.
everyone always is like, oh, the Kardashians and
They're
their stupid show.
relatable.
It's a good show, and they have real life problems. One of them being Scott Disick as a real life problem. Yeah, I think it would get messy when you try and get into another relationship. And then there's always the person who, when they broke up, now is going to be like, oh, well, should I have broken up with this person? My family loves them. No, just stay broken up. This person's being sneaky, trying to catch up with your sister.
Weasel their way back in.
I'm surprised, but I literally read it as, oh my gosh.
You thought they were trying to date?
Yeah, that is so awful.
I took it the other way. But again, this was an anonymous submission. So Sienna from Swarthmore, we can't ask her what, for further details. We just have the bare basic bones here.
And I think that's good, though, because then we get into all the different
avenues.
Yeah. And in all the different avenues, it's not appropriate.
It's not appropriate. Not on one of those roads.
You are an ex for a reason.
All right, moving on to Cali. Is that right? I've never seen Cali spelled this way.
How do you want to say it?
Cali. Cali.
No, Cali.
From Chester. I love to hang out with my boyfriend and his friends, but they are all Indian and choose to speak in Hindi when I'm around. It makes me feel like they are talking about me. So we actually did get a little bit more of a background from this one. They speak Hindi as well as English, and have spoken English with her, but when they are all together, they will have full-on conversations which they know she doesn't understand. So she feels as if they are talking about her. She feels left out. She feels like she's alone, and she just laughs when they laugh and nods her head.
Callie's being so sweet by going along with this. I think to a certain extent, in the very beginning, it depends on how long you've been dating this person. I think what they're trying to show is just how tight they are, their culture. This is their culture, and it's a big part of this person that you're starting to date, and you need to understand that.
Well, that's my thing. I think that she should try to learn. She should try to learn, because if you're going to be with this person for a long time, and talking about the culture, talking about their family, I'm sure at home they will speak in Hindi as well. So that's something that I think that she should at least try to learn. So she has a basic understanding.
A basic understanding, and then maybe show that you're trying. And I think then the friends will be like, she's trying. let's give her a little slack and let's talk a little English here, because I do think that if they can talk English, it would be nice for them to kind of meet you halfway, but you have to prove yourself. You just got into this, into this friend group. I see nothing wrong with proving yourself when it comes to friend groups, when it comes to families. If you're starting to date someone, prove yourself, try and learn a little Hindi, and then show them that you're having a really hard time, and that if maybe they could every so often throw in some English. If you think they're talking about you, though, that stinks.
I think it doesn't matter what language it's in. I think when somebody's talking about you. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a certain
Sometimes
vibe.
People are really, we've all been there. I mean, we've all been there when you're like, I know you're talking about me and I don't know what you're saying, but you just smile and finish whatever you're doing, because who cares?
It was also, this one was a little bit of a longer submission. She also said, like, it frustrates her when they invite her, like they say, come, and then she has no idea what's going on. So I can understand that part of it, because it's like, you invited me to come, and now I am just not out of this conversation. I don't understand what's being said.
Right.
So that's why I think that she should not broadcast that she's learning. She should learn it, and then she should go to one of these times, and then she should just start talking to them, and they'd be like, whoa.
Well, that's like in like so many movies and things where people don't realize that you understand what they're saying. That's a nice way to show them up. That's really fun. I think it's a fun way to connect. And then, they think you're in it for the long haul because you've gone all this way to learn Hindi, which is really difficult.
So I love 90 Day Fiancé, the TLC show. Absolutely love it. One of my guilty pleasures. And a lot of the times these relationships that Americans will have with people from other countries, they don't take the time to learn their language, and they use their phones, they use Google Translate to discuss. And these people are getting married. They're on the visas. And it leads to so many
visas.
They're on the what? They're on the K1 visa. It's a K1 visa.
I don't know.
All my 90 Day Fiancé fans out there, it is a K1 visa. They have 90 days to get married on this visa.
Is that why? Oh,
it's called, yes, 90 Day Fiancé. Once they come to America, they have 90 days to get married.
I thought the show stipulated that.
No, it is a government ruling, 90 days to get married. And a lot of the breakdown in all of these relationships come from them not understanding each other and trying to talk through Google Translate. Mm-hmm. And the relationships that do the best are when they're both learning the different languages. So Americans are learning languages, the other people from different countries are trying to learn some English, and their relationships. So that's why I think she should try.
Try the 90 Day Fiancé thing.
Even though they're not on K1 visas.
What you want to watch out for is if they come to your friend group. You know what I mean? Because, if she's got her own group of friends and you want to start intermingling them, and they stay totally like, I'm not even going to try to speak English with your English speaking friends, then I think it seems like it's, they're
a lot of effort on her end.
They're just being exclusive. If they can speak English and they're in an English speaking environment, hopefully they then will reciprocate and try and open up with that language.
All right. Good luck, Cali.
That's a fun thing to have. What a fun little cute thing you can do now. Learn Hindi.
All right. Matt from Marble Newtown.
Okay.
I like this one. I do. I like
put
this.
Or Paloma.
This is not a foot fetish.
Paloma, our intern, made me do this. She said, it's a foot fetish.
It is not.
Okay. My partner doesn't like that I use my feet like hands to pick things up.
Feet like hands to pick things up.
Okay. So now I got to try it.
We're not going to be able to see it on the ground.
Okay, ready? Here we go.
So it's when you curl your toes. Well, you need like something easier than this. Is so disgusting.
This is what I mean, Jenna. Are you
this?
I'm cramping.
This.
I wish I had my feet done.
Your big toe is so dirty. That was hard to watch. All right. I actually was going to say this didn't bother me that much, but now being here and witnessing that, I'm bothered by this.
That's why I do what I do. I am showing you how bothersome this is.
That is why you do what you do. We've all been there. We have all been there where you are in the shower and you drop like a washcloth. If I'm in the shower and I drop a washcloth, I'm picking it up with my toes.
Are you really? Yes. I don't think I'm that limber. I guess maybe that's my limitation is I'm not limber enough. We just saw how upsetting that was.
What is the partner picking up with his toes though? Like, is it like a fork? Because then that's where I'm going to draw the line.
You're picking up pens, like even pens or something.
See, that doesn't bother me either.
No, this
if
is
I'm
weird.
signing a check and I'm in the kitchen, or I'm signing, something in the kitchen and I drop a pen, I might just grab it with my toes. That's why I was in the camp of like, this is not that weird.
This is coming from someone who like
must obsessively do it.
Yeah, if I've looked at a piece of food, you won't eat it. You're like, oh, you looked at that? Oh, it must have your eye germs. My
feet are clean.
I know, but even if your feet are clean, now I gotta put my flippy floppies back on.
Okay, so we both established that this is kind of disgusting. How do you bring up the topic that you don't want them to do that anymore?
Ew, that's gross. What are you doing? Shame them.
I was gonna say that's sad though, because what if that's like something normal, just like a comfort?
I mean, if you have to use your feet, if you've got like mobility issues,
there is no mobility issues here. This is straight up just prefers to pick things, use their feet like hands.
No, I have when I'm carrying my 2 kids in my hands, I'll put them down so I can pick something up again. I'm not picking it up with my feet.
Well, it's got to be something small.
I just think this seems like a lot
like
more
a washcloth or a pen.
Do you ever see the scene from The Office when Dwight's trying to become more limber, so he starts picking up everything with his hands, and Jim's like, thanks, hands. No one can do what you do. That's how I feel. Thanks, hands. No one can do what you do.
All right, so Matt, your partner needs to cut it out. Cut it out. Tell them it's weird and makes you feel uncomfortable and it's not sanitary.
I'm so just trying to picture what because use feet like hands. So like what, you get the remote, the channel changer?
I don't know.
Nope.
There's certain things I can say that's okay, and there's certain things that I can say that is not okay.
Now I'm just picturing you in the shower, picking up all your stuff with your feet.
All right.
Meisner needs an advisor.
I do need an advisor, and that is going to be you today, Monica, because it's always you.
Okay.
I kind of prefaced this before we went to the show that I am the problem in this. I think
you already
this
know
is
that.
Not a problem. This is me being the problem. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start with a question. How long is appropriate from eating dinner to the time you start washing the dishes? What does that time frame look like in your household?
The dirty dishes debate. I think it's immediately.
Okay.
After you are done dinner, dishes need to get going.
Okay, so like you have your last bite, you get up and you bring your dish to the sink.
Yeah, I mean, we used to.
I'm not talking like hours here. Let's put it in a 5, 10, 15-minute range.
I mean, if the conversation's flowing, my family, oh my gosh, we would sit down for dinner and we would sit for like an hour and a half. And
I think that's different. Just say like not like when your whole family's together. Like if it's you and Eugene, maybe even before kids.
We're tired.
Right.
Yes. No. Me and Eugene have gotten in arguments because he will literally clean the plate out from under me. I'm like, I'm still eating, and he wants to start cleaning up the plate. So now I used to sit kind of and just, maybe 15, 20 minutes after dinner, my plate's still there. Now it's after the last morsel has, hit the tongue. It's in.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need in my life. So I cook, Tate cleans. That is the way that we do dinner time.
I think that's how it's standard in America.
That's what happens.
American kitchens.
So once I'm done eating, I bring my plate to the sink and I start wiping down the counters. I clean the stove with some 409.
Okay.
Run the Dyson.
That's a great way.
I do the Dyson around like where we cooked. So I'm doing some cleaning. I'm just not doing the dishes. Tate will sit on his phone and look. He's either playing a game, looking at social media. And I'm like, are you going to do the dishes? Because we then like to watch a show. And with this schedule, we go to bed early. So it's like, I like to have time to hang out with him and watch a show.
Right.
And him not doing the dishes immediately after we're done eating is making that time shorter.
Which now we're getting into, and I know a lot of men do this.
That's how he says he relaxes. He's like, I'm relaxing. Give me 10 minutes.
Nice, so then give him 10 minutes, but then 10 minutes.
I want it done.
But it comes to more than just cleaning up plates after dinner. It's always like if I have a few like honey fix it tasks.
Yeah, honey-do list.
Yeah, honey-do list. Eugene's like, okay, just tell me what you want done, and I'll get it done in my time. And I'm like, no, my time. When I tell you I want something done, it's right then. Just do it now. Just start picking up.
Last night I was doing the Dyson, whipping it around.
Oh man, that's such a fulfilling feeling.
I love it. So I was under his chair, and I was like, "All right, can you at least get up so I can do my job?" And he was like, "Relax." He's like, "Let me do it on my own time." And I'm like, "No, I want it. Like, I want you to do it now." So am I
Dyson
wrong?
have headlights?
No.
Okay, my Black & Decker has got headlights.
Why does it need headlights?
Because I can see all the crumbs, and it's so fun.
No, my Dyson does not have headlights. It's not a vehicle.
That's
but it does the job just as fine. So I think there are times where I could relax a little bit, but I just wanted to know, like, what is the normal time of when
Jenna,
you start the dishwashing?
It's awful. It's not about women training men or men training women. It's spouses are trained. It's going to take years for you guys to get into a flow. You guys have just moved into this new house. You don't even have a proper dining room table. So I don't want to hear about vacuuming
That's a whole
this
other
up.
issue, okay? That is like another show.
You guys will
time.
get into a rhythm of things, and I think if you just continually berate him,
just beat him down.
and just like, when I want something
Chris
done,
Hemsworth would have washed these dishes right away. My hall pass.
You know it. I think after a while, you guys, because again, it was Eugene. I wanted to sit for a while, and Eugene would come and clear my plate, and we would argue about, stop clearing my plate. I haven't even finished dinner yet. I like to talk. And he's like, well, I like things cleaned up. You will come up with this rhythm. It's going to take time. Yeah. But it's, again, I'm joking about the whole berating. But every time you hit
for that disclaimer,
don't
berate your husband.
Yes, don't berate your husbands. Every time you hit his ankle with the vacuum, one more time, it will finally get to him and
keep hitting his ankles with the Dyson.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
And he also tells me, he's like, you get one vacuum a day, because I go off with the Dyson. He's like, that noise, you need to stop. And I'm always just like Dysoning around, and he's like, enough, like once a day.
Wow.
One time a day.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, that would. Now Eugene's the one who I'll Dyson. I'll call it a Dyson, although I have a Fison.
A fake Dyson.
I have a fake Dyson.
But yours has headlights, so
mine has headlights. I don't know why
I'm paying for nothing.
You don't have as nice of a Fison as I do. But now I'll do the Dyson, and then afterwards Eugene will come back out and he'll finish off where I didn't get. And I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, I guess I didn't do a good enough job for you.
Sounds like me and Eugene are similar, and you and Tate are similar.
Yes.
So if you and Tate had dinner together, your dishes would be cleaned like 3 days later.
This is why you marry opposites. Yes, if Tate and I were married, we would be sitting at the table, and I would just be talking, and he would be on his phone, and I'd be singing or talking, and there would be dishes.
He's gonna watch this later, be like, I'm not all on my phone when we have dinner. You make me sound so bad. It's only when I'm like going ham with the Dyson, and I'm like, that's your cue to get off of your phone and go ham in the sink.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the toughest part. It's like they want to do it on their own time, and it's like, no, if you could, if the significant other could just, the second I have a task for you to do, and I'm doing another task, I can't do it, just do it when I tell you to do it.
Yeah, time is money, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to watch that 90 Day Fiancé.
No, he doesn't watch that one with me. I watched that one on my own, but it's a great show.
What does he watch with you?
Well, we alternate. We just started Bloodline. Did you watch Bloodline?
No.
It's on Netflix. There's 3 seasons. We just
Netflix.
started the first episode last night. It seems like it's going to be pretty good. But it's a kind of an older series. I don't think it's new.
What's it about?
It's about a family, and they have a dark secret, and they have a black sheep brother who's threatening the secret. So watch it on your own time.
I'm watching.
Right now, you're watching Dishin, and we have 20 seconds. So
and I'm watching The Dropout about Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Theranos.
All right. Well, that was the Delco Duo for you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to send us your problems, you can do that on social media.
DM